I know I give Mattel a lot of grief, but I have to say, I think they were reading my mind when they released this Rescue Squad Mater 3-pack and the Mater the Greater 3-pack, because I need that Metal Mater the Greater and I need a Rescue Squad Mater with that expression. So thank you very much, Mattel. Both of the ones I just mentioned are very, very expensive on eBay from their previous releases in 2010. And honestly, I was a little surprised that they released these, because in the Walmart exclusive Toon line, there aren't many new releases or releases that I need, because I got most of the Toons when they were released. So last year, I just bought Bucky Break Dust and the To Protect and Serve 3-pack, along with a few duplicates to keep in the pack. Before we move on any further, I have to show you guys the two variations of regular Rescue Squad Mater. This one here that I have loose was only released in a 2010 4-pack, and the one included in the 3-pack here was originally released as a deluxe, also in 2010. I never bought it though, because as a kid, I didn't think it was worth buying another Mater just because the expression was slightly different. As you can see, the one that I have loose has more of a passive expression. The one in the 3-pack definitely has a determined expression. On the back here, we can see the 3 cars included in the set: Rescue Squad Trooper, Soaked Lightning McQueen, and Rescue Squad Mater himself. Now, for some reason, Mattel put a picture of the passive expression Mater, even though the determined expression comes in the 3-pack. Another example of Mattel logic. Here is the description for the set. Mater says he used to be a fire truck. As Rescue Squad Mater, he saved Lightning McQueen from a burning building. Is it true or a tall tale? Find out in the sizzling hot short film, Rescue Squad Mater. We can see the logo for Rescue Squad Mater, and then also the Mater the Greater 3-pack that I showed at the beginning of the video. I will be reviewing that in a future video. Soaked Lightning McQueen was only released in 2010, so this is his first re-release. Rescue Squad Trooper was the same until he was re-released as a single last year. Now let's get into the set. These sets are exclusive to Walmart stores in the United States. I'm not sure about other countries, but I'm pretty sure in the United Kingdom, Asda has some of these 3-packs, and in Australia, Target has the Cars Toon line, but I'm not sure if they get anything else besides singles. Unfortunately though, I never found this set in the store. I actually bought it from 4-Wheel Drive, the same guy who makes a bunch of customs for me, so thanks to him. And let's get on with the review here of Rescue Squad Trooper. I reviewed this guy last year when he was released as a single. He's got a pretty cool expression there with green eyes. On the side we can see Rescue Squad Trooper with a nice badge. RST01 on the roof there, obviously standing for Rescue Squad Trooper. Very cool light bar. And it says Rescue Squad Trooper again. And his license plate reads RSQ-COP, obviously meaning Rescue Squad Cop. So it's nice that they changed it up a little bit, because they really put Trooper everywhere on this car. It's on the side, it's on the roof, it's on the back, and it's even right there, RST01. On the right is the 2010 release. They're practically the same, but there is one difference on all 3 of the releases here that I find very interesting, which is the grille evolution. As you can see, on the first version in 2010, it has a gray grille and it doesn't extend all the way to the lights. It's centered right there in the middle. So now we move on to the 2015 single release. As you can see, they changed it. It's a little bit longer and a little bit different color. Here's the 2010 version for comparison. Definitely 2 different grills. Now in 2016, it's different again. It looks to be the same size, but now it's a different color. Man, I don't know why they keep changing the grill on this guy. I mean, sure, it's nice to keep it different, but whoa, inconsistency for sure there. But as you can clearly see, different grill on all 3 releases. Up next for comparison is Axel Accelerator. Now they are the same model, but Axel appeared escorting Mac out of the Piston Cup in the first Cars movie, so they do have different decals. Instead of Rescue Squad Trooper, he has Highway Patrol. The rims are also different. Axel has a bunch of mixed rims because I guess he's been in a few chases before. On the back here, we can also see Highway Patrol instead of Rescue Squad Trooper. There's also no decals on the roof, just the light bar, and those are a little bit different color as well. And now just one last guy for comparison, which is Vern. This guy is a different model, but they're obviously very, very similar in that long sedan, I guess you could say. Just for comparison, nothing really to say about them, but nice to see them all together. I find it very disappointing that after all these years, Soaked Lightning McQueen still has a mouth plate. I mean, come on, couldn't you have upgraded him? But nope. As you can see, there's the crack separating the mouth plate from the main body. I mean, it doesn't look terribly bad on this one, but no one likes mouth plates. Here's the 2010 release of Soaked Lightning McQueen. You can kind of see from the spoiler that the burnt placement, I guess you can say, is a little bit different. The other thing that I can notice is that the newer version looks to be more faded and darker, whereas the older version was brighter and more vibrant. Another pretty big difference I'm a little disappointed about is that check out the Lightyear tire logos on the new version. They're bright as day. So I guess the fire got basically all of the back of McQueen here around the rims and the tires, but missed the logos. Doesn't make sense to me. I guess the people that were working for Mattel back in 2010 were smarter because they have the Lightyear logos nearly faded onto the tire there. Come on, Mattel. Silly mistakes. Like I said in one of my previous videos, it's the small things that matter. The backs are essentially the same. I never really cared for that the entire back was just completely black. I wish they did a little bit more of a faded job like it is on the side here. Pretty much the same. Again, the burnt placement is a little bit different in some areas, but that's as to be expected. In 2010, Mattel also released just a burnt McQueen without any of the water dots on him, but I believe it was discontinued for the same reason Holly Shiftwell with electroshock device is not called Holly Shiftwell with taser. It's kind of hard to explain to you guys, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They don't call it Holly Shiftwell with taser because of kids, people thinking there's a weapon in there. Same thing with Burnt McQueen. So this guy's kind of rare nowadays because they did discontinue him. And of course, we can't leave out the final lap release of Wet McQueen. I mean, they really have every variation possible here. We have a Wet McQueen alone, we have a Burnt McQueen alone, but this is essentially when Red doused McQueen with all that water when he was towing Bessie to get all the cacti off of him. So this is not part of the Cars Toon series at all, but as you can see there, new burnt or soaked McQueen, whatever you want to call it. This is the Wet McQueen from the 2010 Final Lap Collection. This is the old soaked McQueen, and back here is the discontinued burnt McQueen. Here's the real gem of the 3-pack, at least for me. Rescue Squad Mater with that nice, determined expression. Here's the older version I showed previously. He's got that passive expression that kind of looks like Disney Store eyes because they're just floating in that white space there. And this one actually does have a mouth plate as well. You can see the crack that goes down throughout here, separating the main body from the mouth plate. I'm not entirely sure if the 2010 deluxe version of this Mater with the determined expression had a mouth plate or not, but I doubt it because if it did, they'd probably leave it the same like they did with Soaked Lightning McQueen back there. On the side here, it says Rescue Squad Mater with a cool logo, Mater being the center of it. On the roof, we can see his siren, RSM-01, obviously standing for Rescue Squad Mater. On the side here, a few more details, a bell, some gold outlining or trim. On the back, his license plate reads RSQ Mater. I love that license plate. And there's the text saying Rescue Squad Mater. Love the detailing on this guy. Very, very nice indeed. Now, at the beginning of the video, when I said I have to show you guys the two variations of regular Rescue Squad Mater, I was referring to these two red ones because in total there are actually 4 variations of Rescue Squad Mater. The 2 other ones are metallic. This one here was released with the Blu-ray version of Cars and a gold Cruisin' Lightning McQueen. The link to that review will be down in the description below. As you can see, exactly the same as the Mater that I just unboxed, except it's metallic. And the 4th and final version of Rescue Squad Mater came in the San Diego Comic-Con set with Mia and Tia. That one is the same as the metallic version here, except that it has rubber tires and a moving ladder feature. So that's all for the review of this Rescue Squad Mater 3-pack. I hope you guys all enjoyed this review, and let me know, what is your favorite diecast from Rescue Squad Mater? Mine is probably the ambulance or Mater himself here, the one that I just opened up, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. So I'll see you guys all on Thursday for another suggestion video. See you guys then. Bye now.